All right, so today we're diving into something I think we're all at least a little bit interested in, the power of gratitude. And we know that you're not new to this idea, so we're skipping the whole Gratitude 101 and going straight to the really juicy stuff. How gratitude can rewire your brain and what that actually means for your life.
Yeah, I think what's so fascinating about gratitude is that it's not just this fluffy feeling. It's really a potent mental tool that is backed up by some serious research. And the core idea is pretty simple. You shift your focus to what you have instead of what you lack. But the effects of that shift are anything but simple.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So it's not just about, like, feeling good, There's some actual science happening here.
Yeah, there's tons of research. Get this. When you practice gratitude, you're actually reducing stress hormones like cortisol. And this allows your prefrontal cortex, kind of the CEO of your brain, the part that's responsible for rational thinking and decision-making, to function at its best. Less stress,
Yeah.
clearer decisions. I mean, that's a win-win, right?
Wait, so you're saying that by simply appreciating what I have and
Yeah.
like giving my brain a performance boost?
Oh.
Okay, I'm starting to see why we're deep diving into this. But how do we actually put this into practice? I'm guessing it's a bit more involved than just saying thanks every now and then.
You're right. It really is about building a consistent practice. And one of the most effective techniques is gratitude journaling, which, basically involves just writing down what you're thankful for.
Yeah, I've heard of that, but sometimes it feels a bit forced, you know? Like I'm supposed to be grateful for the sunshine. But what if it's a gloomy day? Does it have to be, super profound every time?
Not at all. It's really the consistency that matters, not necessarily the magnitude of what you're grateful for. Even simple things like a warm shower or, a funny text from a friend or even that first sip of coffee. Those can all be powerful gratitude triggers. It's really about training your mind to scan for the good, even in the mundane.
So it's like building a mental muscle. The more I practice, the easier it becomes to spot those little sparks of joy throughout the day.
Exactly. And speaking of amplifying those sparks, step 2 in our gratitude deep dive is saying it out loud. I know it might sound a little strange, but vocalizing your gratitude actually reinforces the feeling and solidifies it in your mind.
So like giving myself a pep talk in the mirror every morning, like, hey, self, I'm grateful for this amazing hair day.
Haha, exactly. Or, sharing what you're grateful for with your partner over breakfast. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Even a whisper to yourself works. The key is to make it an active expression.
Yeah, I've actually tried something similar before, like leaving little thank you notes for my partner, and it really did make a difference. We both felt more appreciated and connected, so I can see how this outward expression could really boost the positive vibes. But what about taking it beyond the morning routine? How do we weave gratitude into the fabric of our entire day?
That's where step 3 comes in. Cultivating gratitude throughout the day. It's about training yourself to notice the good, not just once in the morning, but all day long.
Okay, hold on. How do I actually do that? I mean, I'm juggling work and emails and errands. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos and forget to appreciate the little things. Any practical tips?
Think of it as a mindfulness practice. Instead of letting the day wash over you, try to actively engage with your senses. Notice the warmth of the sun on your skin. Savor the taste of your lunch. Appreciate the sound of laughter in the street.
So it's about being present, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Tuning into the good stuff as it's happening, rather than letting it pass me by.
You got it. And this is where the real magic happens. When you practice gratitude throughout the day, you're not just feeling good in the moment, you're actually rewiring your brain to seek out and savor the positive.
Okay, this is starting to make sense, but let's get real for a second. I write it down, I say it out loud, I'm mindful throughout the day. How does this actually change my life? What's the payoff beyond just feeling a bit happier?
The benefits of practicing gratitude, they go way beyond just a temporary mood boost. Remember how we talked about reducing stress and boosting your prefrontal cortex? Well, that translates to a whole host of positive outcomes. You're likely to experience increased resilience to stress, improved sleep, even a stronger immune system.
Hold on, stronger immune system. Now you're just messing with me, right?
Nope. This is serious research. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude actually have lower levels of inflammatory markers, which are linked to a whole host of diseases.
Okay, I'm officially mind blown. Gratitude as a superpower. I'm in. But I'm also a bit skeptical. I mean, can simply appreciating what I have really make that much of a difference?
I understand your skepticism, but what if I told you that gratitude could actually make you more productive and successful?
Okay, now you've got my attention. Tell me more. Okay, so we left off with pretty bold claim there. Gratitude as a secret weapon for success. I'm all for a good pep talk. But how does appreciating, a sunny day translate to crushing my goals? I need some convincing.
Well, think about it this way. When you're focused on what you lack, you're constantly in the state of striving. You never really feel satisfied. But gratitude, it shifts your perspective to abundance, to recognizing the resources and the opportunities that you already have.
So it's not about complacency, it's about seeing the potential in what's already there.
Exactly. Gratitude helps you leverage your strengths, appreciate the support system around you, and, approach challenges with a more optimistic outlook. All of these things contribute to a more productive and successful mindset.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like gratitude is the foundation for a positive feedback loop. The more you appreciate what you have, the more likely you are to attract even more good things. But what about those times when things aren't going so well? Can gratitude really help you navigate through tough times?
Absolutely. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude during challenging times can actually help people cope with stress, reduce anxiety, and even improve their sleep quality. It's all about finding those glimmers of light even in the darkest of times.
So it's not about ignoring the negative, it's about finding the strength and resilience to keep going even when things are tough.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. There have been times when, focusing on what I'm grateful for has really helped me get through some pretty rough patches.
It's like gratitude provides this emotional buffer. It helps you weather the storm and bounce back stronger.
Uh,
And it's not just about individual resilience. Gratitude can actually strengthen your relationships as well.
oh, interesting. I've noticed that when I'm feeling grateful, I tend to be more patient and understanding with the people around me. But how does gratitude actually translate to better relationships?
Well, when you practice gratitude, you're more likely to notice and appreciate the good qualities in others. And you're also more inclined to, express your appreciation, which strengthens those bonds of connection. And let's not forget, gratitude can also make you a more generous and supportive person.
So it's like a win-win for everyone involved. More gratitude, stronger relationships, happier people all around. I'm starting to see the ripple effect here. Exactly. And it goes even deeper than that. Some researchers believe that gratitude is actually hardwired into our brains, like it's an evolutionary adaptation that helped our ancestors thrive.
Wait, really? So we're biologically predisposed to appreciate the good stuff. Tell me more.
Well, think about it. In prehistoric times, cooperation and a sense of community were essential for survival. Expressing gratitude was a way to strengthen social bonds and ensure the group's well-being.
So gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion. It's a survival mechanism that helped us evolve as a species. Mind blown.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it really highlights the power of gratitude as this fundamental human experience.
Yeah, I'm starting to see gratitude in a whole new light. It's not just about writing in a journal or saying thank you. It's about tapping into this deep well of positive energy that can really transform our lives on so many levels.
And the best part is, it's a practice that is available to everyone, no matter what your circumstances are. There's always something to be grateful for.
I love that. It's a reminder that we all have the power to choose gratitude, to shift our perspective, and to create a more positive and fulfilling life. But before we get too carried away with all this gratitude goodness, I want to bring us back to the practical side of things. We've covered the why, we've explored the benefits, but what about the how? How do we actually integrate gratitude into our busy, often chaotic lives?
Yes, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, exploring the science and the benefits,
Hmm.
and almost like the contagious nature of gratitude. But let's be honest, knowing all this and actually making it a part of our daily lives are two very different things. I'm all about taking action. So what are some practical tips for actually weaving gratitude into our, already packed routines?
You're right. It's all about finding what works for you and making it sustainable. Remember those 3 steps we talked about earlier? They're a great starting point.
Yeah, okay, refresh my memory. All right, so step one, writing it down. Whether it's a dedicated gratitude journal or a note on your phone, or even just a scribble on a sticky note. The act of physically writing down what you're grateful for, it makes it more tangible and powerful.
Right. And you mentioned it doesn't have to be, some profound revelation every time. Just those little everyday wins that we often kind of just let slip by.
Exactly. And that brings us to step two, saying it out loud. This would be anything from, the quick affirmation in the mirror to sharing your gratitudes with a loved one. Vocalizing your appreciation takes it to a whole other level, reinforces the feeling, and makes it more real.
Yeah, I found that even just like whispering a little thank you to myself throughout the day, it can really make a difference. It's like a mini meditation that brings me back to the present moment
Yeah,
and helps me appreciate what's right in front of me.
I love that. It's those little moments of mindful gratitude that can really shift your perspective. And that leads us to step 3, practicing gratitude throughout the day. It's about cultivating this awareness of the good, training your mind to spot those moments of joy and beauty and connection, no matter how small.
So it's like a gratitude treasure hunt. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, I'm actively searching for what's right.
Exactly. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You start to see the world through a more grateful lens, and that can have a profound impact on your overall well-being.
You know, we've talked about so many benefits today, from reduced stress to improved relationships, and even a stronger immune system. But I'm curious, is there anything we should be mindful of when practicing gratitude? Any potential pitfalls to avoid?
That's a great question.
Mm.
I think one thing to watch out for is toxic positivity. Gratitude isn't about ignoring or suppressing negative emotions. It's about acknowledging them, allowing yourself to feel them, and then choosing to shift your focus to what you're grateful for. It's a balancing act.
So it's not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about finding the good even when things are tough.
You're absolutely right. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human emotions, both the good and the bad, and recognizing that gratitude can be a source of strength and resilience, even in the face of adversity.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of gratitude
Mhm.
and its power to transform our lives. But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder.
The whole ears.
If gratitude is about appreciating what we already have, what might we be overlooking in our lives right now that could bring us more joy? I think that's a powerful question to reflect on.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that gratitude is a journey, not a destination. There's always more to discover, more to appreciate, and more to be thankful for. And as we cultivate this practice, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also inspire those around us to do the same.
What a beautiful thought to end on. So, to our listeners, I encourage you to embrace the power of gratitude. Make it a part of your daily routine and see the incredible transformation it can bring to your life. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep shining bright.